Mrs. Uduma Mary, who is the coordinator for the West African Internet Governance, for a remark.
We have to be happy. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Ghana. This is Ghana, and this is the 14th edition of the West Africa Internet Governance Forum. And we're happy you are here, and you are, we had done some breakout sessions, and now is the opening ceremony. And the Honorable Minister of Communications and Digitalization for Ghana, supposed to be here, but is ably represented by no other person than the chair of WAIGF in Ghana, and I think he's the CEO of the Ghana Domain Name Organization or Registry, Nana Akufo. Can we clap for him? Can you come up, Nana? Akufo. Is it not Akufo? Nana Akufo, Nana Akufo. Nana Kofi. Okay. Yeah, you can sit down. Please, can you introduce your board member? She will come up as well.
Thank you very much. We are also very privileged to have the chairman of the board of the Ghana Domain Name Registry, and that is Reverend Dr. Nanaya Owusu-Prempeh. You can come up as well, madam.
We have other distinguished experts and ICT gurus here. I'll not go introducing them, but as they come up to speak, they will introduce themselves. So for my speech, I just want to welcome you. Thank you, ma'am. I just want to welcome you to this morning session, and I want first to acknowledge those that have made it for us, that had worked hard, not only working hard, but had sponsored us, had supported us, had collaborated with us to be here. And we have the ECOWAS Commission, we have META, represented by Adora. Adora is here. And we have Afrinic, and we have the IGF Secretariat, that is the UNDESA. We have the World Wide Web Foundation, ably represented by our own internet citizen, Nena Wakama. Yay! So, and we got support from NITA. We have Internet Society, and also A4AI, ably represented by Onika. Hi, and all of you are here. Thank you. And we just want to, if you look at that side of the stage, you see our sponsors, and they are being rolled on the screen as well. So, Media Foundation and all those that supported us, we just want to say thank you first, because you people made it for us to be here, and because of your support we are here. And we want to thank the ICANN, we want to thank Afrinic, want to thank even Nigeria Internet Registration Association. They brought us some momentum. Writing pad. Thank you. And Airport View, okay. The hotel itself gave us some things, so we are saying thank you to them. So it gives me great pleasure to welcome everyone to the 14th edition of the West Africa Internet Governance Forum, holding here in no other place but the Airport View Hotel in Accra, Ghana. And the airport is just, the hotel is just close to the airport. You can walk from here. And it's a hybrid event. What we mean by hybrid, we have people online, and we have those of us that are physically here. And somebody was saying that we are mixing analog with digital, and it's always very difficult. And so our behaviors are different when we are online and when we are analog. So please bear with us. We are very sorry we would have started this meeting around 20 minutes ago. But be it as it may, please bear with us. We are going to have a good time, and we are going to have a exciting period together. So it is exciting to me that we are holding the hybrid. We are seeing people physically. For 2 years, it has always been digital. And sometimes I don't on my video, so you don't even know who is speaking. I'll put off my video. So after 2 years of that COVID sent us to the online, and you know most people did most things online. Today, we are here physically holding this meeting. I'm so excited that we are here physically. And the fact that some of us are from other countries, so Ghana opened its borders for us to come, just like other West African countries have done. So the West African Internet Governance Forum is one of the United Nations Internet Governance Forum initiatives. And that initiative is known as the National Regional Initiatives. So those that organize IGF at the local level, that is at the national level, at the country level, and those of us that do it at the regional level, which we are doing now, and there's also the continental level and the global level. So we are the sub-regional level initiative, and it's made up of nations of national IGFs and ministries or governments of the West Africa member states, ECOWAS member states. So ECOWAS Commission is the secretariat of this organization, and then other members from the ECOWAS, we have focal points. Hello? Can you still hear me? Of the Africa Internet Governance Forum, we are looking at digital sustainability.
Hello.
Thank you so much. So, for this year's West Africa Internet Governance Forum, we are looking at no other thing than data or digital sustainability, data innovation for post-COVID recovery. So I've just said that I'm excited that the borders are opening, so we are recovering gradually, as well as other sub-themes that include cybersecurity and trust, data innovation, and then we're also looking at digital inclusion and access. The organizing committee of this program, which comprises of focal points from national IGFs in the sub-region, I want to thank you people for your commitment, cooperation, and the spirit of volunteerism. That is, we are not paid, yet you do all this work. I want to say thank you for that. And we also want to say that we have invited experts from governments, private sector, technical community, academia, and civil society to discuss this overarching theme and the sub-themes. And I'm sure that the discussion will go well, and we'll come up with actionable or what we call concrete recommendations and messages that will not only for the people that are seated in this room, but it will go beyond here and get to other stakeholders like the government and other internet stakeholders, as I had already mentioned. At the end of the process or the program, we'll come up with a communique. And this communique, normally the West Africa, the ECOWAS does refer it or forward it to the heads of state in West African states or countries through their ministries. So it will get to the heads of states. Okay. This discussion is open, just like every other. And somebody has said, IGF, when you talk about IGF, is not a meeting, it's not a forum, it's not a conference, it's a process. So your ideas, your voices, and your contribution would help in developing this process. Is going on. Some are at the lower level, others middle level, and others at the upper level. So for these 2 days, we are going to discuss these issues that I've mentioned, and again, we'll come up with concrete recommendations. We'll come up with messages that will get back up to the heads of states. We also want to thank those that organized the workshops, even though we had hiccups, but it went well. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to acknowledge the local organizing committee. The chairman is seated here, even though he's wearing two hats. He's the chairman, local organizing committee, and now he's the minister. Minister, sir. So please relax, sit back, join the conversation. Please, no answer is correct, no answer is right. All we need is that we hold this conversation and make sure we are part of the process that is called the IGF. In our little corner, in our wider corner, in our communities, and at the national level. So we want to say thank you for coming, and I will hand over the mic to the Honorable Minister, and then he will direct on what the next thing to be done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam. Kweku, please. We are very happy to have all of you here, and please make no mistake, I'm not the minister. Don't make any mistake about that. Just get that clear. I'm just here standing in because we expected our honorable minister to be here, but due to multiple engagements at the same time, both she and the deputy minister have not been able to make it. I've been on the phone with some of them, but we've not been able to get a chunk of time for them to be here. But we are very grateful for you to be here. Kweku. So the room is not full yet, but if you don't mind, those at the back, I'd appreciate if you come forward. That way, those coming in from the other sessions can join in without disrupting anything as we go along. So I have a speech here which I'm going to go through, which was supposed to be read by the minister. So all protocols observed. We are very grateful to have the board chairman of the Ghana Domain Name Registry here, Madam Mary Uduma, the mother of IGF in Africa. We have Nena, who comes straight from the internet. She's digital and physical at the same time. And all the supporting organizations, GIFEC, NITA, NCA. NCA has been a strong support for IGF in Ghana and also West Africa. We appreciate all of you coming here, and we thank you for your presence. I'm delighted to be invited to open the 14th edition of the West Africa IGF, which is happening for the second time in Ghana. Actually, the very first West Africa IGF took place in Ghana in 2009. And more than a decade has passed, and now it has come back home. We in Ghana are very, very serious about our IGFs. We always want to have these discussions and forums and bring ideas from the youth and from all across diverse sources. So this year we had a Ghana IGF on last Friday, and we had a youth IGF where the youth hosted the African IGF, and they are going to bring out their ideas and innovations. And as Madam Uduma said, we're going to have a communique after this. Now, the West Africa IGF is being held under the theme Digital Sustainability, Data Innovations for Post-COVID Recovery, which is essential for our countries to try to fix their economics after the pandemic. The West Africa IGF is a multi-stakeholder effort aimed at promoting the development of the internet in West Africa and in the African region. And I want to thank the organizers across the board for the great work they have done, especially ISOC Ghana chapter, GDNR, the staff of the Ghana Domain Name Registry, which form a core of the local hosting committee, and then the West Africa IGF Planning Committee. They have done a tremendous, massive job to put this together. As I said, the IGF is a multi-stakeholder policy dialogue forum to discuss public policy issues related to key elements of the internet in order to promote sustainability, robustness, security, stability, and development of the internet. One of its goals is to encourage all stakeholders to propose ideas to increase the availability, affordability, and the use of the internet across the board. Given the theme for this year's IGF, which focuses on digital sustainability, especially after the pandemic, the government of Ghana, through the Ministry of Communications and Digitalization, has been working on several initiatives to this effect, coupled with building the infrastructure to bridge the technology gap. Some of these digitalization initiatives underway include the organization of the Girls in ICT initiative, where girl children who, for the most part, tend to be marginalized from digital activity are encouraged through government programs to learn to code and to learn to get familiarization and use out of their computers. We also have the National Subscriber Identification Model card registration, which is the SIM card registration. This is the effort which the government is using to help to curb cybersecurity and improve digitalization in the operation of business in the country. We have another initiative which is the protection of critical information infrastructure. As you know, the registry, the GDNR registry, and other data centers are critical national infrastructure. And the exercise to protect all these being spearheaded by the Cybersecurity Authority is something that is aimed at protecting these infrastructures. We have the revised National Child Online Protection Framework, the integration of the Ghana Card, Passport, and the PKI systems, the Rural Telephony Project, which the GIFEC people So we'll hand over the mic to Kweku, and then we'll take over from there.
Thank you. All right, thank you. Thanks for the introduction. And We now are the opening ceremony, and let me introduce myself again. My name is Kweku Entry, and I'm part of the Ghana IGF Organizing Committee. And like my big sister, I also come from the internet, as all we do. And thanks for all of you making yourselves present today at the West African IGF hosted here in Accra. I believe that we're all excited to be meeting in person again after what has transpired in the last 2 years. And it will be great if some of us can do a bit of roll call from where we're coming from. We're not going to do it any sequential way or anything. We can just call out the names of our countries. Anybody, just call out something. You can start with A. A. There's no Africa. Alliance for Affordable Internet. Let's go. Let's keep going. It can be country, organization, GIFEC. Thank you. Keep going. IMAX. Let's keep going. Going. Two more. Togo. Benin. Merci beaucoup. Okay, so thank you so much, and thanks for that that brief break. At this moment, we're going to have our father of internet in Africa, Professor Nina Kukweno, speak and address us. Is he online?
Can you hear me?
Yes, Prof. You can.
Okay. So I can go?
Yes, Prof. Please. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure for me to join West Africa IGF 2022 and to say a few words. And I thank the organizers for the opportunity. Unfortunately, I'm not able to be with you in a face-to-face as I'm in the midst of overseas travel. In any case, my message is the same, though abridged. It's pleasing to see IGF and the national regional initiatives growing. And of course, I had a lot to do with their establishment. It's time after a decade to pause and ponder how well the NRIs are doing and how well the multi-stakeholder approach you've adopted is being practiced. The theme on digital sustainability and innovation is appropriate, as sustainable digital evolution requires to have legitimate organizations, good governance, and diversity participation. The concern of Africa's inclusion in global internet build-out will be incomplete if we, at the edge in Africa, are not organized bottom-up. We wanted to democratize technical know-how. We had feared that lack of internet technical know-how can result in capture of Africa's future. IGF had been concerned about affordable access, and the NRIs should now be concerned about intensity of community engagement. We should practice multi-stakeholder approach for community decisions in our organizations and evangelize the practice. The gains we have made in numerous applications on the internet will not grow unless communities are developed behind them. We need dedication to address these two issues. What makes the internet work so well is the open participation by engineers, businesses, civil society organizations, and governments in how it is governed. The bottom-up decision-making processes are practiced in the technical internet community and also in the IG policy deliberations. And as IG organizations, we would expect you to follow similar approach. Even though multi-stakeholder is mentioned a lot, one continue to feel is not yet well understood or practiced in our region. The MS approach has been successful in holding the internet together, and we advocate more widespread application in community decision processes. In our self-criticism, we ask, how are members of MAC for our institutions formed? What composition? What term? How does community choose its representatives? How open is the process? Who are the stakeholders? What level of participation? What intersectional community work? We have answers for the UN IGF MAC, but how come it's not so clear to an onlooker in the case of African IGF, West African IGF, and GHIGF? The representation needs to be inclusive and demonstrate how we value our differences to earn legitimacy. The bottom-up decision process is not the same as an advisor or a consultant with a policy or a decision in hand and asking for feedback or comments from interested parties. This will be clearly top-down. The multi-stakeholder approach we are discussing is about community addressing issues together and making rules, standards, decisions, and policies in a bottom-up way, especially as we decentralize. Quite often in practice, we do not have all the skills in one institution or discipline to address complex issues. Therefore, multi-stakeholder bottom-up process enables access to needed skills and expertise across the community for decisions. The process shall be open and documents are published. We cannot overemphasize roles and responsibilities in the multi-stakeholder process. Typically, one looks to find a rich community, including participation by engineers, businesses, civil society organizations, and governments. Each has a different role and with clear and focused responsibilities, and each actor needs to remain in their roles for quality results. I cannot suddenly become a lawyer. We also need a good balance of multi-stakeholder diversity. In IG and technology governance in general, the participation of technologists and engineers will be critical for sane policies. The benefits are numerous, but includes leaving a documented history, accepting wider and diverse views, engaging the community in consensus development, knowledge of community, and also outcomes usually have wider support. The process takes time, can be noisy, as issues are passionately debated in public. Africans are very top-down by default and often authoritative. We also don't share as much information as we should and tend to see things from personal interest and less from community interest. We may follow previous presentations by me on this subject to get more details. The level of participation is the biggest challenge of the multi-stakeholder decision process. If participation is weak, the quality of output becomes suspect, and the process will degenerate to top-down approach to decision-making. With weak participation, the process thus can easily be captured. Let's adopt this multi-stakeholder bottom-up process in other domains beyond internet governance. It makes sense to talk to people we don't normally talk to expand our knowledge and to grow a community. The question is, which draft documents are going to be discussed at this meeting? And how do we assess our work progress? I wish you all a very good meeting, and I thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much, Prof. And you're really giving us a lot to ponder this morning. I think my favorite part is the African culture you raised, and I think that's something that we are all trying to do. When you look at what we are doing here in West Africa today, and last our chair talked about the various initiatives, we are supposed to take charge. We are supposed to be responsible for our initiatives. We are supposed to participate. We are supposed to be doing a lot more for most of the other people who are not here. We just talked about analog and digital. When we look in the room, I look in the room, I think that we'll be more preaching more to the converted. And I think one of my biggest points I always raise is that how are we able to break down what we are doing to the lowest level? Prof referred to it as the bottom-up approach, and sometimes our African culture is more of the top-down approach. So I think these are some of the things we can be thinking about, and as we discuss and we move along, we can be thinking about these things. But thank you so much, Prof, and thank you so much for the other members. At this moment, we'll be looking to hear from the UN Resident Coordinator in Ghana. Is the person online? All right. If the person is not online or in person, then we can move to the ECOWAS Commission. Is ECOWAS Commission online?
Yes.
Dr. Kofi?
Yes, please.
All right. Thank you. Please, the floor is yours.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Thank you very much. My statement will be in two parts. The first part will be in English, and the second part will be in French. So be ready to use your phone as appropriate. Unfortunately, Commissioner for Telecommunication IT of the ECOWAS Commission is not able to join us this morning for a last-minute conference. So he has asked me to read his statement as follows. The representative of the Honorable Minister of Communication and Digitalization, Republic of Ghana, the UN Resident Coordinator in Ghana, my dear brother, Professor Ni Kweno, Mr. Shangetai Masango, Head of Office, IGF Program and Technology Manager, Coordinator of West African Internet Governance Forum, WAIGF, high-level panel participants, partners, participants from ECOWAS member states, press representatives, ladies and gentlemen. I come with greeting on behalf of the ECOWAS Commission to welcome, and as I welcome you all to this hybrid 40th edition of the West African Internet Governance Forum, WAIGF, with the theme Digital Sustainability, Data Innovation for Post-COVID Recovery. In addition, greeting to participants join the forum in person in Accra, Ghana. The Commission extends its gratitude to the government of the Republic of Ghana for hosting the West African IGF as the region reopens its borders fully for business and reintegration of its citizens following the uncertainty of the last 2 years due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, to begin, allow me to remind you that the COVID-19 pandemic has increased the important role of ICT and other digital technologies by allowing the continuity of online activities in many sectors and contributing to maintaining social life. However, COVID has also contributed to widening the digital divides following the inequalities observed between regions, countries, and gender, which were affected by the availability, accessibility, and affordability to the internet. Equally, the pandemic accentuated our dependence on the internet and need to explore all the digital opportunities it's presented. This dependence on digital technology for almost all aspects of our daily lives underscores the need to promote and protect digital technologies, including the internet, close the technology divides, and provide support. Thus, the theme of this 40th WAIGF namely digital sustainability and data innovation, is relevant and is therefore a key goal to be set and pursued. While waiting for the theme to be widely deliberated on during the working session, allowed me to note that digital sustainability is directly linked with having a great digital transformation strategy in Africa, and particularly in West Africa, as digital transformation brings new tools and opportunities to overcome longer-term digital development challenges. The 4 pillars of the ECOWAS ICT strategy 2018-2023, namely 1, enabling environment, 2, digital infrastructure development, 3, capacity building and application, and 4, content development are fundamental to the digital transformation process. Furthermore, the new ECOWAS digital development strategy currently under consultation that will probably span from 2024 to 2029 will take on board all existing national digital transformation strategies, the digital transformation strategies for Africa, and emerging issues such as those relating to data center and sovereignty. Now I will switch to French. Distingués participants, Mesdames et Messieurs, comme chaque année, nous avons de nombreux participants, de nouveaux participants au forum. Permettez-moi donc de rappeler ce qui suit. La vision de la CEDEAO, conformément à l'article 3 du traité révisé de 1993, est de promouvoir la coopération, l'intégration régionale et le développement économique de l'Afrique de l'Ouest. À cette fin, l'action communautaire portera entre autres sur l'harmonisation et la coordination des politiques nationales et la promotion des programmes, projets et activités dans les différents domaines d'activité socio-économique. Ainsi, au niveau du secteur des télécommunications TIC, la Commission a pour mission de faciliter et de promouvoir le développement et la modernisation de ces secteurs dans les États membres et la région.
In the member states and at the regional level. As far as internet governance is concerned, you would recall that the Global Information Society Summit launched internet governance, which serves as a multi-party forum for dialogue on emerging issues relating to internet governance, and this to ensure its viability, its strength and stability. In the face of this, ECOWAS, like other regional economic communities within Africa, is organizing a forum on internet governance in order to allow for citizens to derive the best benefits from internet, which is a key communication tool, not only that, but also a developmental tool. The main objective of our meeting is, amongst other things, to look at how we can adopt strategies and best practices in order to identify the elements that are adapted to our context, in order to highlight relevance and sustainability as levers within ECOWAS for recovery, post-COVID recovery. Several roundtables and workshops will be organized to look at the following priorities: inclusion and access, confidentiality and innovation, and impaired cybersecurity and trust within West Africa. The discussions, ideas, and sharing of ideas on these ideas would allow us to better understand the challenges and prospects that will lead to the proposal of appropriate recommendations in order to support the region for the end of the post-COVID recovery. Allow me to recall that the ECOWAS Commission each year organizes the WAIGF in collaboration with its partners. I wish to avail myself of this opportunity, therefore, to thank most sincerely our partners for the continuous support AFINI, ICANN, IGFSA, ISOC, MEGA, Paradigm Initiative, Worldwide Furnish. By way of conclusion, I'll say that the ECOWAS Commission is committed to facilitate an enabling environment which would facilitate the interactions. The Commission is also hopeful that that all the member states would implement the recommendations coming from the final communique in order to ensure coordinated actions for the development of our dear region. On this note, I wish each and every one of you a fruitful forum. Thank you very much indeed. Muito obrigado. And over to you.
Oh, we can do it one more time again, please. Thank you so much, ECOWAS. Thank you so much for the message. And one word I think I picked from the presentation was interoperability. That's a very big word, eh? Interoperability. We know that in the West African region, we are trying to synthesize a lot of things that we are doing. And one of the things he talked about is about the digital initiatives from the national levels, which are going to be integrated into our West African or regional levels. And I think that's one thing that we'll be doing, and that is good. Are the translators okay? Good? All right. So at this moment in time, we'll be heading for the speech by on behalf of our Honorable Minister of Communications and Digitalization, which will be given by our chair for IGF in Ghana. And I invite Mr. Nana Kofi Edu to make that presentation.
Kweku, thank you very much. I guess I get to give the speech twice. It's always good to get a good thing twice. But I'm sure most of you have heard most of the speech, and I'll give a brief summary for those who were not able to hear that part. Obviously, when you hold a live event, these things do happen. So if you permit me, let's go with the flow. So as I started earlier, I stand on all the previous protocols, and unfortunately our minister and our deputy minister have not been able to be with us today, but if you permit me, I will send a message from them to you. So the West Africa IGF, as I said earlier, was first held in Ghana in 2009. And more than a decade later, we are here again, carrying the flag forward to help to develop the internet in Ghana, in West Africa, in Africa, and then the rest of the world. Here in Ghana, the government of Ghana has been carrying out many initiatives. And if you don't mind, I'll start from the initiatives that have been carried out by the government. The first one in particular was the Girls in ICT, which encourages the girl child to be involved in technology. We have the National SIM registration, which is designed to encourage people to register their phones, their SIM cards, and to improve on the cyber security of digitalization in Ghana. Protection of critical information infrastructure. This is necessary because as we digitalize, we create a lot of critical information infrastructure, which then has to be protected. The revised National Child Online Protection Framework is another process that's ongoing. The integration of the Ghana card, passport and PKI systems, the Rural Telephony Project, the Digital Terrestrial Television Project, and many other such projects which are being carried out by government agencies such as GIFEC, the NCA, the Ghana Domain Name Registry, and such. The ministry has been part of the Ghana IGF since its inception, and it continues to play its role in the multi-stakeholder process. Issues discussed from the IGFs have been impactful in developing policies and building our internet ecosystem in Ghana. And that's why we have kept the work of the IGFs in Ghana and have encouraged the West Africa IGF also to take place here. The need for capacity building to provide ICT skills is essential for majority of job roles. Having these skills will organize the workload, streamline processes, and access digital information for all, including people who are physically challenged. The internet must be safe and secure for everyone to use, and the passage of the Cybersecurity Act of 2020 is to ensure that critical information infrastructure and the use of data in the country is protected. Cybersecurity activities are regulated, and the protection of children on the internet is also guaranteed. Ghana is always happy to collaborate with countries in West Africa, in Africa, and the world in achieving a better, reliable internet across the board. I would like in particular, once again, to thank the organizers, West Africa IGF, the Ghana Domain Name Registry, ISOC, and also the multi-stakeholder local NRI groups who have done a lot of work for many months to make sure that this very, very important event is put together and that the flame for IGF keeps burning. Because I think that it's essential for the development of the internet and digitalization in Africa. I thank you for having me participate, and I wish you fruitful deliberations. Thank you very much.
Let's do it once more again for West African IGF. Is it that the room is cold, or or do we want to stretch a bit? It's good. All right, it's good. It's good to be here, and I hope you're enjoying Ghana so far. I know our friends from Nigeria would like some Ghana jollof. Oh, really? All right, that's good. At this moment in time, I'm going to call the chair for the board of Ghana Domain Name Registry, Reverend Dr. Nanaya Prempe, to declare our meeting.
Thank you so very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Am I just supposed to say a line, I declare? Excuse me? I heard a lady say yes. So maybe she doesn't want to hear what I have to say. For the sake of the record, I was the first woman to start an internet company in Ghana in 1999. And I'm responsible for voice over IP in Ghana, which is now very available everywhere. We are using WhatsApp to make video calls. I was doing it in the year 2000. Yes. I'm not too happy because I see less than 25% of females in this room. It has increased from a decade ago. Let's give a clap to the ladies. The last time we had a meeting at the boardroom of the Ministry of Communication, I started the Ghanaian Women in ICT platform. So if you're a woman here in ICT and you're a Ghanaian woman, please
get in touch with Linda at the back there and give her your name and your number so we can add you to the platform. We want to build a gender-based ICT voice. And I am a strong believer in one person makes a difference. I like to start things. I'm the founder of Ghana Internet Service Providers Association in Ghana, GISPA. The initiator and the founder. And it's important for people to think, and after you think, you dream, you have a vision, you start it. It doesn't matter if you don't finish, but start something. Right now, I've done a lot of traveling, and there are several countries when you get there and you mention where the country you come from, immediately they stereotype. Oh, I'm from Ghana. Okay, maybe they'll remember Abedipele or Saka or something. I'm from Nigeria. Oh, they'll remember something. And we are building our own brands, you and I. When a lot of people hear about 419 scam on the internet, they think about Africa. We need to change the narrative and let people hear about our countries and think about positive things. We are under so much obligation as the internet space occupiers to change that narrative. The Ministry of National Security has launched the See Something, Say Something campaign. When you see something, you must say something. We are very, very close to terrorism around our neighboring countries. So you cannot count yourself out. Unfortunately, our family members, our brothers and sisters in the northern part of Nigeria have been going through this for a long time for the Boko Haram. You can't sit down and cross your legs anymore because it has come home. It's closer to you than you think. And cybercrime has perpetuated terrorism. So as the occupiers or occupants of the internet space, you and I are under so much obligation to save our children and the generations after us. When you see something on the internet, you have suspicion. Please, don't say it has nothing to do with me. There are people who make statements on the internet, and the Bible talks about the fact that what is in you is what you say. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. It's as simple as that. So when somebody has put a thread on the internet, oh, this is the last time they're going to see my face. I'm going to finish them. And they put guns on their page. They make statements on their page. They mention names on their space, on the page. And you see these things. I'm praying that the cybercrime unit will put a hotline, make a hotline available for everyone to see, or some kind of a page where people can report what they see. Because now, if you see, you don't even know who to go to. But I believe that the organizers of this forum, Mr. Asafwedu and his team, can proceed after this conference and have a tete-a-tete with the cybercrime unit, either of the Ghana Police Office, because we have a member on the board who is from the Ghana Police Service, in the cybercrime unit. Let them know that they need to make available to the public a number, a short code, a page on social media where their image and their identity will be protected, so they can share information that they see on the internet, or people that are making threats. There may be nothing in it, but at least I hear a parable in Africa that says there is no smoke without fire. The moment you smell the smoke or you see the smoke, there has to be fire nearby. So when somebody says something on the internet, is showing guns, is making declarations, mentioning names, threatening people, please, as the president has said, be a citizen and not a spectator. Make an effort to say something when you see something, because today it's somebody's family member. Tomorrow it can be you. We see people cutting off heads of our own brothers and sisters, and they are sharing it on the space. Somebody knows somebody. Somebody can identify somebody. So on that note, I have too much in my belly when I'm speaking, but I will cut it short. On that note, I have the singular honor and privilege to declare the IGF 2022 duly opened. So help me God. Thank you.
Thank you so, Madam Chair, and thanks so much for the message. We will act on it. At this moment in time, this is a lady who we need to applaud, you know. She's not just here physically, but she's here digital. She's straight from the internet. At this moment in time, I want to call on Nena Wakama to come and give us the keynote.
Assalamu alaikum. And as our brothers will say, Bismillahi Rahman Rahim. Reverend, thank you for blessing us. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, friends, those here and those who are online, and those who will look at our capturing of this session later on. My name is Nena. I come from the internet. It is 7 minutes to 1 p.m. in Ghana. We are well over 1 hour late, and this is not a digital habit. We should learn to keep to our time. I have been given 10 minutes to give what they call a keynote address. I shall not be doing that, because I see that most of you here already knows most of the issues that we want to discuss. How many people are coming to an IGF for the first time? Okay, that's a good thing. For those who are coming for the first time, when it is time for lunch, I'm going to sit here, and if there is something you don't understand about the process, we are going to talk about it. Normally for every IGF, we come early to an orientation session. That is where you can ask, how does this work? And someone will explain it to you. I am the Chief Web Advocate at the World Wide Web Foundation, which is that organization created by the inventor of the World Wide Web. But that is not why I'm here at this time. I would like to say 3 things. We've had a lot of encouraging things through our initial workshops today, and we've had Professor Nikweno speak to us, and you have challenged us from your own experience, your own lived experience. I have 3 things to say. Because this is West Africa, I have a lot I can complain about. As a Nigerian who lives in Côte d'Ivoire, I had bought tickets to go to the World Cup, and I was certain that one of these countries was going to qualify, and now I'm angry that Ghana will have my support. So I could have complained about that, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to speak first to us as West Africans, because either way, we don't have Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire, but we have Ghana and Senegal. But seriously, affordability is still a problem in the region. When I speak across the world, for some people, it's no longer an issue. And so when we go to internet governance forums, when we have an opportunity to engage with people outside of this region, my first challenge to you today is to remember the things that are important to us in West Africa. And affordability and affordable connectivity, my friends from the Alliance for Affordable Internet call it meaningful connectivity, is still an objective in West Africa. And that is what I want to leave into your hands. Whether it is in Ghana or outside of Ghana, West Africans should be brand bearers of meaningful connectivity. If I were speaking to people in New York, they would not understand this, but I will still say it. So please, as West Africans, translate to the world that meaningful connectivity is still an issue to us here. Yesterday, I went round to Makola to speak to the women. The Queen Mothers were at AMA in Accra here, and I spoke to some of them. There are places in Accra here that people don't have good networks. Here in the capital city. And that brings me to community networks. We talked about the divides between men and women, between the rural and the urban. But last mile connectivity is still a challenge in Africa. And we should be aware of it, whether we are policy people, whether we are private sector. We should be aware that not all of us are connected. And that's why I think that community networks, because Africa, West Africa has values. We have villages. If you speak to someone in downtown San Francisco, they will tell you, I was born in Chicago. In Africa, we don't say that. I will tell you, I was born in Abia State. My local government is this, and my village is this. That's how West Africa is done, right? So our villages are that's our identity. And if we keep connecting the big cities, then our villages are left out. And in my own village, we may not have 1,000 people, so it may not make business sense to connect 800 people. And so it is important that as we plan here, we keep asking our questions, how do we connect the very last of our villages? Because that's why we are here. The other thing I wanted to relay to you, Nana, as you report to the minister, I spoke to the ladies who complained about what we call fake news and misinformation and disinformation. But the problem with how the woman in Makola will raise it, different from the one in Helsinki, where I'll be speaking in the next few weeks, or the one in Dubai, is that the Ghanaian woman can neither read nor write. And so everything that comes to her on WhatsApp, she clicks to see. Everything that comes into her inbox on Facebook, she clicks to see. And so digital literacy needs to espouse the everyday life. I asked the woman, how can I communicate how you can help yourself to be secure? There was a panel here in the morning about security. They will tell you, no, change your password from time to time, do this, but you can't read. You see what I mean? So as we are here in West Africa, I know all of you can read, but I need you to think beyond. Because if Mary is my mother and she can't read, my own security depends on my mother's security. You see what I mean? And that is why as we think here, we need to ask ourselves, how do I protect myself and how do I protect those around me within their circumstances? For places where they have 90% literacy rate, they don't have these problems. And that is why I think that basic literacy can be digital. We can use computers, we can use internet, we can use connectivity to bridge the gap between literacy and make it at the same time basic digital literacy at the same time that people are learning ABC. You get what I mean? The second thing I'd like to say is on the future of the internet, because we are talking about sustainability. Training our children right is digital sustainability. I think someone has raised it today. I don't know if this will be my last West Africa IGF. I am getting tired after 20 years, but it is important that we have a generation next. Is there someone here who is less than 20 years old? Just one person? I would like to chat with you when I come down, all right? Because I want to know why you are here and how we can support you going forward. But training our children right in the digital world is important, not just for West Africa, but for the whole world. The youth population is in Asia, but the young population is in Africa. And if we don't seize the opportunity of the young people being in Africa, getting a right digital vision, then we'll probably get around to another digital colonization. You see what I mean? Everybody's rushing into Africa, but then they're rushing into Africa to make us consumers. And I think that we need to think about these things. Training our children right, because prosperity is sustainability. We've talked about men and women, rural and urban. Sustainability is also using digital means to bridge our societal divides. It is really very important that every tool that we have helps us address our challenges between the men and the women, between the urban and the rural, between the older and the younger generation. So I've noted once again 3 things in general: affordability, last mile connection and community networks, basic digital literacy. And on sustainability, I've spoken to you about training our children right, bridging societal divides, and finally developing robust infrastructure. When someone spends 50 Ghana cedis to buy data, they have an expectation. They have an expectation of what they want to do with the data. They have an expectation of the quality of network they will get. They have an expectation on the security when they come online. It is important that we do not deceive consumers. If I've heard about levies and taxes across West Africa, not just in Ghana. When we begin to scare away new users by saying we will tax it, we'll tax it, we'll tax it, we withdraw. We do not encourage private sector to invest. And like they say, if you notice clearly, we most often tax that in which we invest the least. And so is education, is digital development something we need to tax more, or we need to invest more in it? I don't have an address to give to you. I wanted to push you to think further. When I carry messages across the world, I face issues that I think that West Africa can lead in. And that is what I want to conclude with. We are talking about the pandemic and rebuilding. There's so many things we can complain about. But then in the case of pandemic, between 2020 and 2022, you all here in West Africa can attest that the hecatomb, that the dying in mass that was prophesied for West Africa did not happen. And by the way, our technological ability to manage the pandemic was better than in most countries. Did you notice that? Did you notice that we were better than many countries we wished we wanted to be? Did you notice that? Did you congratulate yourself? Were you proud to be a West African? So folks, there are so many things I can complain about, like Cote d'Ivoire or Nigeria not going to the World Cup, but this is the West Africa region. This is the region where we have one passport. This is the region where you can travel from the beginning to the end of it. This is the region where we can roam free. Let's not underestimate these things. It is Mary Uduma's 70th birthday. We have pioneers who have been here for us. We have Ni, who is here for us. We have people who are willing to mentor us. There are quite a number of mentors in this room and those who are online. Things are looking up in West Africa. The young people are doing so many things. We have trained ourselves over the years. Our technology is looking up. Once again, friends, there are challenges, but I think that sustainability is possible for us if we work on ourselves and believe on ourselves. The pandemic has shown us that we are not as underdeveloped as we are being made to believe. If we espouse the digital opportunities, we can go very far. I'll be rooting for Ghana in Qatar. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We can do it again. We can do it again. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nina. All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. Without much ado, I think I'm going to invite the other panelists. We're going to close off this session and go into the high-level panel. And before we step up, we step down from here. I think it will be quite due, Madam Mary. We'll just take a group photograph up here. Yeah. Nina, please. Yes, coordinators. National coordinators from across West Africa, please. Salut, La Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Nigeria, Togo, Gambia, Senegal, Cabo Verde. Yeah, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea-Conakry, Mali, Niger. Salut. Youth rep, youth in IGF. Are we saying cheese or jollof? Ghana jollof or West Africa? West Africa. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you. So we're going straight to the high-level panel. Adora. Please. Okay. All the ladies in the room, please. Hello, please.
There's no music in Ghana. Not only you have bad jollof, then you don't have good music. Hey, we have more ladies coming.
Please, all ladies. One more.